Hey, it's Team Junkyard Dog here, and Houston, we have a problem!
4, 3, 2, 1.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some slow motion footage that I've shot of Tyrone 2.0 in the practice battle box, taking some practice hits, and I have two major problems. So let's go ahead and cut to the other video. You watch it in regular speed. Tell me what you think the problem is, and then I'm going to switch back and break down the slow motion and tell you what I think the problem is and how I'm going to address it. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing I see when watching the footage in slow motion is you can see the weapon blade hitting the targets or hitting the wall or hitting anything, and it's not really biting in. It's just kind of bouncing off or taking tiny little chips out. And this is why, I think. And here is what I think the problem is. If you look at these blades and they have this nice aggressive looking curve, that curve is the problem, because when you're trying to hit something, what this is doing as it comes around, you're catching the backside or the very, very tip. It doesn't have the chance to bite into what it's hitting. It's basically everything is just bouncing off this tip because it's spinning so fast. So what I'm going to do to correct this is I'm going to remove this inner curve, and I'm just going to make this come straight out and make this flat. And whenever I was looking at other horizontal spinners like Team Malice, they don't have a beak, it's just flat for the impact area. So that's the first problem. Problem number two, the bot, when it starts hitting stuff and it gets a little wobbly, it starts spinning like a top from gyroscopic forces, and you can't drive it. You have to pull the power out of the weapon to get the wheels back on the ground. Now watch the slow motion again on this and see if you can see what the wheels are doing. So as you can see, the bot normally slightly sits tail down, okay, like this. And as the weapon speeds up, it just takes that little hit and it brings it up like this. And so now the wheels are off the ground and it starts spinning. Solution: bigger tires. I ordered from West Palm Robotics, I believe it is. They are a FingerTech dealer, and I'm going to go from the 2 1/4 inch wheels to the 2 3/4 inch wheels. I'm going to add 1/2 inch to each side, and hopefully it will resolve that problem. And here's a wonderful turn of events. Shouldn't say turn of events, but Palm Beach Bots, palmbeachbots.com, shipped my wheels to me in 1 day. These are the 2 1/2 inch wheels, which should lift the back of my butt up high enough. Should lift the back of my bot up high enough, so maybe once the blade levels out from the gyroscopic forces, it doesn't spin. So all we have left to do is we're going to trim the blade, rebalance it, install the wheels, throw it in the test box over there, and give it a go and see if we fix these issues. Let's get to it. Alright, so my first order of business is correcting the blade. As you can see, maybe if you look on the tips, you can see the black area. That's what I'm going to cut off and just make this come straight up parallel with this edge. It's going to be a 90-degree right here, so it'll get a better bite. So let's fire up the grinder and cut it off. And now time to balance. If you want to see how I balance it, just check back a video or two and you'll see my process. I got the blade cut down. You can see these nice straight edges, and that should give it a much better contact point when it's coming around. Rather than skipping off that tip, it should now dig in. We just need to put the taller wheels on, because these came in from Palm Beach Bots. This is the old wheel I was running, and I'm going to place this one on top, and you can see about a 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch on each side, 1/2 inch total taller, and maybe that'll help the bot stop from doing the twirly spin. So let's put the wheels on, put the blade on, throw it in the test box, and see if we fix these problems. And now's the exciting part. We have Tyrone in his test configuration, so all we need to do now is put him in the battle box and hit some stuff in slow motion, using the GoPro Hero 10, of course. So let's go ahead and get the battle box drug out and set up, and let's do that real quick. So here's the scene. We have an old Vizio television that no longer works, flat screen. You can see little marks on the sides where I've tried to hit it before and it could never take a bite. And then we just have this old motion detector from my electronic scrap pile. So let's throw Tyrone 2.0 in there with his new reconfigured blade and see if we can get some hits. Okay, so I'm putting Tyrone in the test box. Apparently the 2.5 inch wheels are a little bit wider than the hubs that I have, so I'm gonna have to modify them. So if a wheel falls off, it's because they're just stuck on there. But let's see how the taller wheels and the new weapon design does. The battery's getting weak. Look, it's stuck in the 2x4.
Yep. Holy moly.
Well, it's late, and there you have it. Tyrone is throwing the licks now. He is putting some hits out. That tiny little bit of curve on that blade was ruining that entire blade and keeping it from getting a good bite. If you watch this and you build a blade, now you know how to do it, because I didn't before this. And I want to thank Malice, or Photos of Their Bot, for helping me get things straightened out. Getting really excited, so all I really have to do now is finalize Tyrone. You're going to see in the slow motion almost every time I hit the tires flying off. I didn't have the snap rings on, like I said, because the foam is too wide for the hubs that I have. The drive motors are hot glued in, and it doesn't have a cover, it's just taped. So of course it's going to have reliability issues. The weapon motor is not even on a connector or soldered yet. It's just literally stuck wire to wire. So it's going to be really exciting, going to be a lot of fun. I'm not guaranteeing a win by any means, but I am guaranteeing some big hits. That's going to happen for sure. So for now, Team Junkyard Dog, we're out.